fought the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
With overpriced kart games flooding the market left and right, half-baked, recycled, slapped together with duct tape and nostalgia bait, and absolutely not worth your hard-earned money, it's about time someone stepped up and asked the real question. Does Sonic Crossworlds finally scratch that kart racing itch that so many of us have been craving? And my answer is kinda. Let me get this out of the way right now. This is hands down one of the best kart racers I've ever played, period. And I don't say that lightly. It's chaotic, it's fast, it's unpredictable, and it's straight up addictive. This game fills that void Mario Kart hasn't even attempted to since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And let's be honest, Nintendo's been milking the same tired formula since 2014. You know it, I know it, the fanboys know it. But here's the kicker with Sonic Crossworlds. You have to be a Sonic fan. That's the wall. That's the barrier to entry. If you're not into Sonic, if you don't care about Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Big the Cat, or whatever flavor of hedgehog Sega throws in, you're going to miss a chunk of what makes this game so damn fun. And that's not a knock, it's just reality. It's the same across the board, whether it's Mario Kart, Garfield Kart, Crash Team Racing, or even Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl Kart. If the mascot doesn't click with you, it doesn't matter how solid the mechanics are. You're just not going to vibe with it. But me, I grew up with Sonic. I was there in the Genesis days. I was there during the Adventure 2 Glory run. I was there suffering through Sonic 2006, and I was there during the Mania reveal. I lived through the highs, the lows, the memes, and the heartbreaks. Sonic has been part of my DNA since day one, and this game hits exactly where it needs to. So let's really dig into this review, and before we do, you know the drill. Hit that like button, smash that hype button, share this video with your friends and family, because we're about to break down the absolute chaos that is Sonic Crossworlds. First up, the pros. The game kicks off with 3 major modes, and honestly, they're all amazing. Grand Prix mode, the bread and butter of any kart racer. But here's where they spice it up. Normally you get 3 tracks per cup, right? Pretty standard, but here you actually get 4 races, and the final race isn't just a lazy repeat, it's a mashup. They literally stitch all 3 tracks together into one mega track. 1 lap each, back to back. That is genius. That is a brilliant design. And they're not done. On the second lap of every single race, the person in the lead gets to decide the path. That means instead of everyone mindlessly memorizing the same 3 laps, you've got unpredictable chaos. The leader can literally branch the race into a whole new track. That's not just unique, that's Mario Kart 9 level innovation, except Nintendo's never going to give it to you. Here, being in first actually pays off. None of this sandbagging nonsense, none of this, oh, I'll just sit in last place to get better items. No, if you're skilled enough to take the lead, the game rewards you with power, strategy, and choice. That's how kart racing should feel. Next, Race Park mode. Now this is where the game shines in multiplayer. Think of it like mission mode on steroids. 6 different types of missions, each one chaotic in its own right. My personal favorite is the team of 4 where you collect rings to power boost speed. It turns into this frenzied tug of war where every other ring matters, every second counts, and your team's score adds up based on performance. It's hectic, it's competitive, and it's fresh. And the carrot dangling at the end, unlocking new race cars, actual progression, actual rewards for effort. You'd think more games would figure this out, but nope, Sega's the one showing them how it's done. And then we got trial mode. Simple in concept, deadly in execution. You follow a green line around each track, mastering every drift, every shortcut, every boost pad, pushing yourself to shave off seconds, chasing your own ghosts. It's the practice mode every kart racer should have, but almost none of them do. It makes you want to get better. Now let's talk about the feel of the game, because this is where most kart racers fall flat. Not here. The driving buttery smooth, the drifting perfectly tuned, responsively tight. You feel in control the entire time. And the items, oh man, the items. They're not just cheap knockoffs of Mario Kart shells and bananas. They feel fresh, random, chaotic, but in a way that actually is useful. If you get hit, you laugh. You land a hit, you cheer. That's how items should feel. And then we've got the soundtrack. Let me tell you something. The music in this game is an adrenaline shot straight to the brain. Absolute bangers. Every single track has you hyped up like you're about to run a marathon with 2 chili dogs in one hand and a controller in the other. It's the kind of soundtrack you listen to outside the game just to stay pumped. Sega nailed it. Now, it's not all sunshine and loop-de-loops. You know I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. The Grand Prix mode has a rival system, and I'll admit, it's cool. It adds drama, it adds tension, it gives you someone to focus on beyond just finish first. But here's where they blew it. No boss battles. Imagine this. You finish the mash-up track, you're sweating bullets, you're clenching that win, and instead of a trophy screen, you roll straight into a one-on-one boss race against your rival. That would have been legendary. That would have been the cherry on top. Instead, we get a pat on the back and a leaderboard. Big missed opportunity. Speaking of the leaderboard, let's talk performance. For the most part, this game runs smooth as butter. In 2025, no excuses, and Sonic Crossworlds delivers, almost. The only hiccup I've noticed is that the split-second freeze whenever the leaderboard pops up. It doesn't ruin the game, it doesn't break immersion, but let's be real, it shouldn't be happening at all in this day and age, not with the hardware we've got, not with the bar this game sets everywhere else. Now let's talk about the roster, because this is where things get interesting. You start off with 23 racers right out of the gate. And as you progress through Grand Prix mode and beat every rival, you unlock the final character, bringing the base roster to 24. But Sega didn't stop there. Post-launch support has already been rolling in, with 13 additional characters planned to drop, one every single month. And these aren't filler throwaways either. These are heavy hitters. We already know about Hatsune Miku, Joker from Persona, and Kasuga from Yakuza. The Hatsune Miku, she's already available, and then you'll have to get them at later dates. That's 3 absolute bangers right there. And with 10 more unknown Sega legends still waiting to be revealed, that means we're looking at a final roster of 37. Now, yeah, I hear you. 37 is technically smaller than Mario Kart World's bloated 50 character lineup, but here's the thing. Quality over quantity. Because every single racer in Sonic Crossworlds feels unique, polished, and fun to play. No fluff, no padding, no lazy filler. Unlike Mario Kart World, where instead of giving us long requested fan favorites like Diddy Kong, Nintendo padded the roster with about 25 generic NPCs that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, and nobody even remembers after the first week. Half of Mario Kart World's roster feels like it was scraped out of the bottom of a Mario Party minigame. Sonic Crossworlds, every character matters, and that's how you do it. But now we've got to get into the cons, because listen, I love Sonic, I grew up with Sonic, but I'm not about to move the goalposts like fanboys like to do every single time. I keep it consistent. I'll praise the good, and I'll call out the bad. And here, there are 3 major issues that hold this game back. The first and biggest problem is the lack of content at launch to justify the $70 price tag. I don't care if you start me off with 23 racers or promise 37 by the end of the year, or give me 100 racers. This game, just like Mario Kart World, suffers from missing fundamentals. And I'm not talking about nitpicks. I'm talking about the absence of boss battles and, most importantly, a story mode. This is absolutely no excuse for this. None. Diddy Kong Racing did it back in 97. Crash Team Racing did it back in 99. You're telling me that in 2025, Sega couldn't figure out how to put the story mode in a kart racer? Really? That's laughable. A story mode would have taken this game from great to legendary. Instead, we're left with a hollow gap where there should have been depth, replay value, and narrative spice for a $70 premium game. This is unacceptable. The second problem ties directly into the first, no boss battles. And I already touched on this in the Grand Prix discussion, but it deserves to be hammered home. The rival system was a cool idea. It builds drama, it gives you tension, but it fizzles out with no payoff. Imagine racing through the mashup final, winning this on the skin of your teeth, and then being dropped into a one-on-one boss race against your rival. That would have been incredible. Instead, nothing, just a trophy screen. For a game this ambitious, the missed potential hurts. And finally, the third con, the DLC. Look, on paper, the $30 expansion pass doesn't sound terrible. You're talking about 15 new racer, brand new tracks, new cars, and even new music, all rolled out across 6 different waves. Compared to the garbage expansion we've seen from other companies, this actually looks like decent value. But here's the problem. You can't start talking about DLC when your base game isn't complete. You don't get to charge me $70 for a game missing core features and then ask me to pay another $30 for more content. DLC should expand on an already complete product, not try to patch the holes left behind at launch, and that's where Sega fumbled. So where does this leave us? Honestly, as much as I enjoy Sonic Crossworlds, as much as I love the chaos, the mechanics, the soundtrack, and the characters, I can't in good conscience give this game a free pass. It unfortunately is not worth the price they want. Right now, I give the game a solid 7 out of 10. It's an amazing kart racer, it's the best one I've ever played, but it's not worth $70. Sega, you dropped the ball big time. This should have been a premium product. This should have been the gold standard of kart racing. Instead, it feels like a half step forward when it should have been a full leap. My honest recommendation, wait, don't buy it at 70. If you can snag it for 50, maybe 60 at the absolute most, then go for it. You'll have a blast, but at full price, no, save your money. Sonic Crossworlds has the potential to be legendary, but until Sega figures out how to deliver a full package, this one falls short of the podium. And that's it for the video. If you truly enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the hype button, share it around, and make sure you're subscribed. I post a long video every day, and I also go live Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time, where I react to the saltiest fanboys around. And also, make sure you subscribe because I'm really trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really need your help. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. It's only $1 a month. You'll get special badges, custom emotes, and of course your name shouted at the end of every video. And once that list gets too long, don't worry, I will turn it into a full-on credit roll so everybody gets their chance to shine. Also, don't forget to check out the merch if you want to rep the Vigilante Fire. And as always, until next time guys, stay vigilant. And now it's time to read off the members of the channel. We got Koros Objective, Maximilian Pegasus 88, Madfox 94, Shade Milkman, Oh No It's Justin, Brian Payne, Andy Ritz, J Wesby 65, C Stars Pip Club, Maximus 2400, Geezer Noob, Dustin 360, That PlayStation Gamer, The Gaming Rift, Raymond YouTube 1, Brian Abraham, Stephen Ramey, Betful Zexel, Wooden Throne, Matthew Buckley, Byron Morse, King Paco Nintendo Lover, AV Gator 2000, Blue Moon, John Marr, Baron Grod, a name I'm going to try to pronounce, Kawabi Asari, I probably butchered it and I'm sorry, It's Josephus, Gundam Hufflepuff, Johnny Bones Jones, Angel Black, the one and only Groot, Female Goku. Thank you so much for becoming part of the crew.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're